騎士と貴族のしきたりは似ているわ。
Am I muted? I'm not I am not. No, I am not I am unmuted. I am not muted. I am unmuted. Yes, those are words. Words are things that you say. Words are said. People say words. That's how words work. That's how language is. Yes. Genshin, please work.
ただ、騎士は小難しい。
You seem to be working pretty well, Genshin. Let me just turn off these because I don't care. We're still getting a little bit of lag, but it's not as bad. It's just like... It's not as bad as it was. I'd love if I could just, like, you know, keep streaming and change my recording settings, but no. You can't do that. How will we ever preserve the sanctity of the settings? How will we make sure that people won't do wacky things that will cause problems? How do we save people from themselves? Should I just run an ad now? Get rid of pre-rolls for the beginning? Or should I just let people... people want to sit there? No. It was pretty soon, so... people should be here. They'll just sit through their one pre-roll and they'll be done. Okay, for real this time. In my video that I recorded earlier, my test video to see if things were going to work today, I started this fight, and then I realized something very unfortunate, and that unfortunate thing was the fact that, one, Ganyu was in fact on Blizzard Strayer. That was good. It was all Gucci. Some might say that it was Shin Gucci. But what was not Shin Gucci was the fact that Eula had 2-piece Maiden's Beloved and 2-piece nothing else. Oh, I only got one shot off. Rip. Rip. Scuffed. Scuffed start. Oh, and then Ganyu died. Rip. Shambles. Actually in shambles. Can't believe it. Ganyu died. Rip. F in chat all of my energy. Alright, Eula, there we go. They're the big numbers I expect from you. Her burst went off for 16,000 damage. And I was very upset. And I was like, how could this have possibly have happened? And then I realized, oh no, she doesn't have artifacts. And she in fact did not have artifacts. Very sad. Oh, this is kind of nasty. Crit rate, crit damage? Maybe it'll roll better than the one I have now. It's still a crit rate one, which is perfect. Just what we need. Get those crit damage Wanderer circlets out of here. No one uses those. No one uses those. I actually don't think I have a single crit damage Wanderer's circ. Yo, so like this new one, right? Assuming we get 14% crit damage, I'll roll it a little bit. I'll feed this one. I'll roll it to see if we get some good crit damage rolls, and then after that, literally it's better in every single way. As long as it rolls a couple times into crit damage, it's fine. Rip. It rolled into flat HP. This is not Pog. Not a Poggy's moment. We do not call these Poggy's moments. Please roll into crit damage. Rip. Attack percent. Okay, well it's not a dead stat, but... these are not what I would call Poggy's moments. No, not at all. You know what? I'll feed him 5-star artifacts. I'll do it. I'll do it. Watch me. Watch me. Witness me. Here we go. Did I want to save you? I think I will save you, on the off chance of you being useful in the future. Please, crit damage. Okay, it's a lost cause. It's a lost cause. It's a lost cause. I have 2 more rolls left. They both have to roll in the crit damage, and then it'll be slightly better than the one I have. And even then, it might not even hit the same crit damage, and I'll only get slightly more attack. Rip. Rip. It's good. Long time no see. Hey, Toast. Yeah. Took a break over the weekend. We're back. I'm gonna do some... I'm probably just gonna do Child, because he's easy. He's quick and easy to fight. And then I think I'm going to do Kazuha's Story Quest. I really want to do Golden Apple, too. I really do want to do Golden Apple, so I might do that afterwards, depending on how long Kazuha's quest is. Apparently there are some clowns on the map that have different dialogue, depending on what day it is, and apparently I've missed out on all that because I haven't been doing the event. Excuse me. I guess I've also missed out on some of the signboards during the rhythm game event that I didn't check. But those were all cataloged. People in the subreddit had those all written down, so I'm not too worried about that. Well, bam. Well, bam. Well, bam. Second phase, let's go. Oh, lag. 1 instance of lag. 2 instances. 3 instances. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 17. Okay. Well. About what we expected. I did not mean to charge attack there. That's when the lag actually is gonna get me. Oh, I'll turn that off too. Some you win and some you lose. You lost this one, child. You lost this one, my guy. I'm sorry. Just how it is. Turn off that. We're not playing Somnium Files anymore. Da-da-da-da. HP. Monoceros Gwadabada. Monoceros Kaylee, is that what it is called? Game. Woo back again. Hola. Hello, Reen. Game. Genshin, why are you lagging? I switched over to the NVIDIA codec so you wouldn't lag, but you still lag? Huh? 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 What do you gotta say about that? What do you gotta say about that, huh? Huh? Look me dead in the eye and tell me, huh? Tell me. She looked away. She can't handle the truth. Okay. I hope this doesn't... Safe conduct. I hope we don't lag too much. I don't want to turn off aliasing because that's kind of an L. It's really an L. It's such an L. The game looks so weird without aliasing. Like you get in some stuff and like people get all like pixely towards the edges. Come on, game. Come on, game. Why are you doing this to me? Massive L? Yeah. Come on, game. Now watch this. Behold magic. Okay, well, we're gonna record then. We're gonna keep recording. If the game's gonna have like little micro hitches, no matter whether or not I'm recording or not, I have two options. Either power through it, or I can just bear with it. Or I can just like end the stream. I can either bear with it or I can end the stream. And we're gonna bear with it. It's nothing compared to the last Golden Island Archipelago, where I legit had like 17 frames playing this game. Compared to that, this is a massive improvement. I was watching an old video of mine. I was going through some old clips I'd made a long time ago. And I was shocked and horrified by how bad my mic sounded. It sounded so bad. The audio was so bad. It made me cringe a little bit. There we go. Oh yes, I got Kaza up to 90 because I was like, you know what? I will 90 him. And then I tilted Inspire Abyss. I did it yesterday. You might have seen some tweets about it. 34 stars. I got 1 star on Chamber 3 of floor 12. But like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Like, I tried to kill Mirror Maiden, but like, it's so hard to put together a team to kill her. Because I have the cryo hypostacy. I wanted to bring a freeze team so much, but I was just like, I have to deal with cryo hypostacy on the floor before. I don't have enough team slots for this. And it was this really weird thing where either I really need Yelan. I'm so, like, every day I don't have her, I continue to be like, rip. I really need a second off-field Hydro Applier that's not Kokomi. I really need more Hydro characters. Because either Yanfei can't kill the Mirror Maiden fast enough without vaporizing, or Hypercarry Raiden just doesn't do enough damage to take down the Ruined Serpent. Either that, or I can get enough damage done, but it'll do some jank thing, support Ayato Copium. Yeah, I don't even have Ayato. I have 3 Hydro characters. They're the bane of my existence. Default. Elemental type. Imagine not having Ayato, yeah. Hydro. Kokomi. Barbara. Xingqiu. That's it. No Mona. No Child. No Yelan. No Ayato. But you know what I do have? You know what I do have? You know what I do have? My phone. I did my phone call, getting my Wi-Fi upgrade tomorrow. That's so sad, OMG. I do have this. Now, I might not have Ayato, but wonder why you're lagging? I actually don't think it's this at all, I'll be honest. I really don't. I know I said that the first time as a joke. I really don't think it's this, because I'll be honest, I removed them all. When did you save all these photos? Oh, right, Reen, you weren't here for this. It was when 2.8 dropped, when the update came out, and everyone was like, oh, content, and everyone was streaming Genshin because it was like 10:45. I loaded up a stream, and I basically sat on the banner like this the entire time, and it was called staring at Kazu's banner and not pulling, and so I just sat there for like 2 hours, just doing random stuff. I think I fought Storm Terror. I might have done some other stuff. I know I sang a couple songs very poorly because it was late at night. But it was the legendary stream that has been lost to time. Never to be seen again. There's one screenshot on Twitter, and that's it. I don't even have the VOD because I couldn't record it. The game was gonna lag too much if I tried recording it, so I had to just stream it. So, we'll get rid of these now. Sorry, Kaza. Also, let me get them back. Which ones are they? I had to go back through and add my Kazahas. This lady, if I can grab, yeah, you. I don't remember what her name is, but her name is also Kazuha. I just don't remember what her name is. And then this lady is Kazuha Shibasaki, I believe, from Girls Something Something. But her name is also Kazuha. I literally just looked up Kazuha and just started grabbing a bunch of pictures. And if you're wondering why Shenhe is here, well, that's because when I looked up Kazuha and I clicked on the Kazuha picture, Shenhe showed up as a related image. So I was like, you know what? She is a Kazuha. And if no one's ever made this, I'm gonna put this idea out there. If no one's made this yet, we need like fan art or an emote or something called like kazubruh. And it's just like Kazuha going bruh. Thanks, Google. Thank Bing. Don't thank Google. Thank Bing. Yeah, I'll say it. I use Microsoft Bing. Isn't that right, Kazuha? Yes, he does. Oh, gross. Hey, it's just how I do stuff. I separate things between Bing and Chrome. I guess it's Microsoft Explorer, but it all goes through search through Bing. I just use it. Yeah, I just separate all of it. So like I made kazubruh, yeah, kazubruh. Maybe I'll take it upon myself to make a super cursed kazubruh emote, and that'll be one of our TTTV, BTTV emotes. Kazubruh. Anyway, kazubruh. It'd be great if we could get Witten to say bruh. If we could get Mark Witten to say bruh. Please, somebody. I know AX already ended and he might not even have been there, but next time he's at a convention and you have like personalized messages, please someone have him. I'm down to make cute emotes though. Yeah, but you make good emotes. I make scuffed emotes. I don't know about cursed. I would like to start Kaedehara Kazuha, Acer Palmatium, Chapter Act 1. You know what this sounds like? Acer Palmatum? Makes it sound like a what is it called? What are they called? A pacemaker. Yeah. Palmiton is kind of like palpitations, Acer, pace, the Acer, the fitness gram Acer test, all that good stuff. You don't worry about the curse? Yeah. Don't worry, I'll do the curse ones, you do the cute ones. Teamwork, yeah, easy, boom. And then you can make... Oh wait, the fitness gram Acer test, yeah, Acer. Like the Acer laptops? Yeah. I'm gonna move my mic, see if I can... Is that just helping? Yeah, it's helping a little bit. The Fitness Gram Acer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets harder as the test goes on. Anyway, you and Paimon decide to hear Kazuha's backstory for the 22nd time. Alright, Paimon, lay it on me. Memories chosen. The truth goes unspoken. I don't know if that's the lyrics. I've even forgotten my name. And you'll hear it 23 times in the event too? Yeah, that's what I'm referencing. I don't know the reason. Something, 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 yeah. Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance song memes. Why are they so popular now? Why did those memes have to come back? They already had to run 2 years ago, and when the game came out, Monsoon, DNA is the meme of the soul. Nanomachines, son, they harden in response to physical trauma. He could have gone to some Ivy League. He played, I think Metal Gear is getting remade. Oh, well. I thought it was just because people like the nanomachines, son. They really liked the idea. Doctor, turn off my cringe inhibitors. As if the blink of an eye. The dialogue options are being blocked by my model.
ちの旅にも進展があったと思うぞ。で、次はどんなところに行くんだ？
Also, I've got it set to Japanese. I'll change that afterwards. Wait a moment.
どうした？
Dun dun dun! Someone's coming. Be careful. Doodle 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 doo 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 doodle doo doodle doo. I love Ayata and Kasa's Japanese voices. Doo 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 doo. Whoa, this man is super sick. Doo doodle doo. Show me your attack moves. Show me your moves.
Body and mind.
I love fighting this man when I lag.
Time to act.
Kazu's VA plays a few characters in FGO. Reminds me of the time where we found out that, like, literally— oh, didn't dodge again. That, like, literally everybody is in Grand Blue.
Fire it up!
Fire it up! Christian Bales, is that you?
Let me weave you a verse. No,
Christina V, is that you? Mark Witten, is that you? Sean, is that you? Yo, that's kind of wild. Oh wait, is that me? Oh yo, that's kind of wild. Is that the tornado?
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all. Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
Sean Chiflock? He's Diluc's English voice actor, right? I'm not losing my mind. That's true, right? That's how it goes. He's voiced by Sean Chiplock, right? Yeah. He voices Kiyotaka Ishimaru in the English dub for the anime of Danganronpa, the one who famously said, "I believe, as the kids would say," or no, "I believe you have been, as the kids would say, Mimidan, le epic bazinga." That's a real thing. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. He's also Rivali in Breath of the Wild. He is. Kiyotaka meme le epic bazinga. Let's see if I can find it. I believe you have been, as the kids would say. Let's see if I can find it. Is this it? I don't know when they got it recorded, but I know somebody has put it both over the in-game like text in the game and over someone has like dubbed the lip flaps in the anime too. Come on, I need to find the audio. I need to find the audio for it. Come on. Come on. I hate that? What do you mean? What do you mean? Come on. Sean Chiplock Kiyotaka. I can never find the videos. Like, I can never find the clip of Rex saying "from behind," but I have plenty of oh yeah, is this the one? Why Sean Chiplock is the greatest guy ever. Also, the fact that you know it by heart. It's not very long, but it is pretty funny. It's like Habercorn did the seesaw thing. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, here it is. Okay, I found it. Hold on. I'll just play it through my mic.
I believe you have been, as a cool kid would say, Mimidan! Ha 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 ha! Le epic bazinga!
Yeah, so that's a thing. That's a thing. I believe you have been, as the cool kids would say, Mimidan! Ha ha ha! Le epic bazinga!
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before
Now
you
all
go
I need is for
attacking
someone to
them.
dub that over Diluc. I need someone to have Diluc dub over that.
No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue.
Imagine Diluc
It's
saying it. I love him even
dangerous.
more now. Yeah. Can you
Have
imagine?
you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
Wait. I just thought of the perfect video idea. I just realized that, you know the part where in his story quest when you fight the Abyss Mage. Maybe it's not his one, maybe it's Kaya's, or you fight the Abyss Mage and he like grabs him and all the things like that. That's like the perfect time to slot that in. That's the perfect time to slot that audio in. He like, when he like zooms by and he grabs him and he's like, I believe, as the cool kids would say.
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision.
Why are you looking for him? Why are you looking for him? Bruh, I don't even look like my boy. I know we call him Canadian Ether, but 1, I'm not Ether. 2, I have a Geo vision right now.
That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
Yo, an NPC that's actually got like good voice acting?
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase.
While we're on the topic of voice actor jokes, I think it'd be really funny to take some of Mizuki's voice lines and slot them in over Paimon. Cannot stand Paimon's voice? Oh my god, what do you mean?
Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
I think it's, I don't know. I think it's because we've just finished playing Sounding Files and I've heard Mizuki talk so much. Couldn't agree more. Very smart, for once. Her Japanese is bad, but her English is even worse.
Hey, don't be mean. Paimon's smart lots of the time.
The timing on that. The timing on that. I like Mizuki's voice, though. Yeah, I will say, anyone who says that Karina's a bad voice actor clearly has never played Somnium Files and is judging purely off of Paimon. Mizuki and Tornado, both great jobs. Mizuki's great. It's kind of like, okay.
Just to be on the safe side, we should go fight Kazuha
I just
right
want to
away
mention the
and tell him
timing,
to
yeah.
watch his back.
She's doing a good job because Paimon's annoying and she sounds annoying. Actually, I have a hunch.
Oh? What kind of hunch?
Karina's actually got the biggest brain of us all. Everyone's like, oh, the voice direction's awful. Annoying voice. But in reality, it was all intentional. I think this guy may have a special connection to Kazuha.
A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
Yeah, they're besties. They're best bros, you know? They're like Mondo and Kiyotaka in Danganronpa for like the one chapter after they went in the sauna together to test out their endurance to see which one would chicken out and leave first. And they both emerged, and they were like best bros.
Yeah. Maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything.
Yeah, but he did a thing where like he made like a thing that was just like Kazuha Slash. So they have to be related somehow.
Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha.
Am I lagging? I am lagging. Everything's lagging.
Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for
Lag. Let's go, Snitch. Yeah, let's go. Let's go narc on him. Yeah, let's go. We knew it all along. The Traveler's a narc. You heard it here first. Let's go, my fellow narcs. Narc squad. Diluc, are you... Wait, Diluc, do you even have artifacts? No, you don't. I'm gonna get down so you can see this. You can see what's going on. Yeah. Don't worry about the two-piece Maiden Beloved. You don't have to worry about that. Just don't think about it. Just don't think about it. Everything will be gonna be alright. Hey. I did have Maiden Beloved on Eula earlier, so like... You never know. Sometimes these things just happen. If anything, it's because we did all those meme battles with Dawn. And then I just never switched my artifacts back. Yes, I will throw her under the bus. That's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. Not you blaming her, oh no. Yeah. I swapped all my artifacts at the time to do all the funny, like, Barbara stuff and the Amber stuff, and then I knew, I was like, this is gonna mess me up. I'm gonna stop playing Genshin, I'm gonna log back in one day, and I'm gonna wonder why all my characters do no damage, and then I'm gonna remember that I swapped all of my artifacts. And then it happened, and the funniest part about it is I logged in, and I literally was like, alright, I need to make sure that Ganyu has Blizzard Strayer. So, I logged in, I checked Ganyu had Blizzard Strayer, and I was like, alright, we're all Gucci. Eula has Serpent Spine, Ganyu has Blizzard Strayer, we're all good. I logged in, went to fight Storm Terror, popped Eula's Burst. I realized Eula was doing like no damage. Her burst went off for 16,000 damage. I looked, and she had 2-piece Maiden Beloved and no other 2-piece set, and I was like, rip.
Hey! Hello? Do you
We're all
know where
healers now.
Kazubruh is?
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
2.
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a
He's a
huge crowd of
celebrity.
Inazumans, all of them wanting
He
to
is
know about
the
Kazuha.
Kaedehara Kazuha.
If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention.
As he should be.
Kazuha
Yeah.
keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did.
Even though he hates attention.
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
Next time, she will strike twice. He will be inlaid upon the statue.
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
You could compare it to the technique Beto used to strike down Haishan, but then, like, multiplied by, like, 10.
Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In
Introverted
that case, his
husband.
newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him.
Sometimes I really wish that Genshin's security wasn't, like, as Loctite as it was, because there are so many funny mods, like, non-game-breaking mods, that I would love if they were able to be made. Things that just, like, replaced character models or, like, allowed you to replace voice lines. I'd love a mod that would allow us to replace Raiden Shogun's lines with stuff from Yatko's stream. So, like, every time she does her burst... Where is it? Here it is. Oh no, this is probably more to the point.
It's the Raiden Shogun.
Just imagine she talked like that.
Can you
Hey!
imagine if the Raiden Shogun was like, "You will be inlaid upon the statue"?
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I wish we could do in the game.
I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
Just a little while
Please,
ago,
Mahoya.
this would
Yeah,
have
it's
been
so great.
completely unimaginable.
The Shogunate probably wants to share some goodwill. After all, the Raiden Shogun's mindset has changed.
Thank you. Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
I should add that as a thing. As one of the rewards, Valley Girl stream.
All right then.
Valley Girl for a
I'll
certain
just
amount of
stay here
time.
and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
I think I'm gonna bump up all of the stream elements, shop items, because I might leave the because they're Hibiki's at 5,000, and when I set the Hibiki stream reward at 5,000, it was a lot of points. That was a lot of dropped frames. Raiden would have been 100 times more powerful with those lines. Yeah, no one can escape. I set the Hibiki stream to be 5,000, but now we've got people who've got like 30,000 points. So I think I should up them up. I'm pretty sure Luigi's got enough to make me do an art stream too, and possibly a music stream on top of that, so I really think I need to up them. So, there's already, I believe, a 10k voice ban, I believe. Yeah, IRL voice ban for channel points. And there's a sing mode for 2500. Yeah. I might add like 10-minute Valley Girl or Valley Girl stream just for fun. In the meantime, I'll continue searching for funny sound alerts. Quick, we're in the Tenryou Commission headquarters. We have to look around. We have to investigate. Yes. Yes. Targets. Oh, cutscene.
Oh? It's you.
Traveler. Traveler.
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree.
The
Since
VHD?
you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation.
It's this dude. It's the man. It's the most poggers NPC in the game. That's not true. The most poggers NPC in the game is obviously Ludochka. Excuse me. Everyone knows that Ludochka is the superior NPC.
We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the
But
Shogunate.
Kamaji isn't. He's not too bad either. He had a lot of very cool cutscenes. He had a lot of very cool character development. Why is my mount? Lots of very cool character development.
Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes.
Oh, I'm
And for
winking.
that, I'm deeply grateful.
Okay, let's fix that. There we go.
The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name.
You
Regarding the
romanticist?
history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
Don't forget, don't remind me of all of my preset animations that I never use. I've got so many of them. I use one of them. I go, and that's about it. I've heard a thing or two. I forgot. I've heard a
In
thing or two.
short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun.
Yes, the
Kaidahara
Iridori
clan belonged
Festival.
to this class. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
Not turmoil.
We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just. Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past.
Wait, is it the Shogun or is it A? Who's making the decision? Is it the actual robot?
In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
Yes, Kazuha. Those strings will turn you into a Magu Kenki.
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice. With the Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood.
I sense some
Wait,
hesitation in your words.
did I skip that? I might have accidentally skipped that. Oops.
Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
I can't wait until we get delusion characters. Imagine. That's like the next level power creep that they add, like in like 2 years. You can like pull for delusions. They have a delusion banner that you can pull. You can give a delusion to an old character.
What?
It's like when you have like extra uncaps.
Doesn't make sense. Using a
Like
delusion
Awakening and Dawn
turns
Memo,
you old and
and
frail,
Ignition and Destiny
Kazuha
Child,
still looks
and
fine.
the Dragon Flowers and Fae, and the Trait Fruit, and the Ascended Stats or whatever.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding 2 elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing.
You and Paimon recount the attack on the outskirts of the town
Why would
Tekasaha.
such a dangerous individual be looking for me?
Don't mind me, I'm just drinking the Artist Marshmallows limited edition Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Creation 0 Calorie Cola watermelon strawberry flavored and other natural flavors. Not sponsored. Could it be you trained under the same master? Do you have any siblings?
No. This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality.
Or you could just do the Kirito thing and hold your old sword and grab the new sword and use the sword skill on the new sword to smash it into your sword and then watch as it breaks.
Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Yeah, he was a serious almond basket.
Indeed. He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets
A
is at
real
risk of
peanut
serious
bag.
injury, or worse.
You know, a walnut tote.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Aggressor or regressor? That's a very popular trope right now in manhwa, Kazuha.
About what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
I'll be honest, I don't know, maybe I'm just not looking in the right spot. I don't see too many regressor manga. I see a lot of regressor manhwa, I just don't see a lot of regressor manga. You're more likely to get just like a generic isekai overpowered main character in a manga, I feel like. I don't know, maybe that's another quirk between them. Don't worry, Kaedehara Kasaha. You're using the Favonius sword with your like 22 crit rate. Oh, 44, that's not too bad. His EM's a little low though. He's using a crit rate hat. D. Luke. How many parts per million do you think Diluc is? Like, if he's diluted
Hey there,
or
I'd
diluted,
like to ask you a quick question.
how many parts per million? I wonder.
Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara Kazuha.
Oh, the little nod. Little. Mm-mm.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information.
I'm gonna update the stream title too. To give an actual idea of what we're doing.
Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of Mora? Whoa! Oh, wait, even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads, and I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense.
Bitrate? No. Don't do this to me, Bitrate.
Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
Don't do this to me.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
Is this your way of giving praise? It was also not easy for me to fight him off. No, it definitely was easy. Is this your way of giving praise? Praise me more, Kazuha.
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaedehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
Are we talking about the moment where the Kaedehara Kasaha raised his blade against the blade of Her Excellency, the Almighty Narukami Ogosho, God of Thunder?
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Is that the blacksmith dude?
Amanoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Also, they're saying Amenoma. They're not saying Aminoma. Thank you.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo,
Oh.
the owner of Amenoma Smithy.
It isn't the same guy. Nephew.
2 grown men going missing at the same time. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Let's consider this a favor. We'll investigate both incidents at the same time.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Like a new sword.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
And then he says, "For real?"
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
No, you're supposed to say, "For real?" That's what you're supposed to say, Ryuji. Come on. Hello, sir. How are you? Lovely weather we're having.
If it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha, what brings you here today?
Oh, you know, just the normal. I'm trying to finish my weeklies. I spent all my enhancement ore upgrading weapons, so we gotta have some more crafted, you know. Earn some crystal chunks.
Huh? You two know each other?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the 2 clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
Ah, naruhodo.
Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Wow, I do, in fact.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
That's right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner.
It's like a lightsaber crystal.
You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its idea—
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan.
I guess you could say that a blade cherishes its wielder as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew. We hope to assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
Hello, Alessandro Tyler Salas?
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give
Alessandro?
me a great gift.
Yeah, I will in the future. A very cryptic look and said he was gonna give me a great gift. Then, all of a sudden, he put on a voice mask and he said,
It's time for Calamari Cowabunga.
I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse. And neither of them came back.
a fire? Arson? Clee, this better not have been you.
Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind.
What?
So nobody knows what really happened.
What is this? What are you replying to? Not you blaming her? Oh, yeah. Oh! Thank you for the raid, Sapphire Wings Yuki. I'll wait a little bit, because I know sometimes... Raid, yes, I know sometimes that OBS or whatever, sometimes it takes a while for chat to load. Thank you for the raid. I'm in the middle of doing Kazuha's quest. Let me get the shout out too. Make sure I spelled this right. Thank you for the follow. Raiki. Raikilu. Names are hard. Raiki Luke? Am I missing something? Rack, I love you, you know? If you split it up. Did I spell this right? Let's see. Yes. Genshin. Yeah, I'm doing Kazuha's quest because I meant to do it like last week, and then OBS didn't want to work with Genshin, and then I took a break. Oh, did my audio just cut out? It sounded like my audio cut out. That wasn't great. Yes. Okay. I thought for a second there was like a brief hitch. I don't know. It could have just been something on my end. Audio's good? Cool. Cool. Anyway. Dawn. As I was explaining, right before the raid happened. Yes, I opened up the character archive. We switched over to Diluc to play, and I checked his artifacts, and I noticed that he had two-piece Maiden Beloved. And I thought to myself, oh gee, that sure is odd. And B was kind of like, I wonder what that could be. Healer Diluc, yep. And then I responded that it was because I was doing all those meme battles with you on Saturday. Yeah, Physical Barbara, yep. Yep, so I switched all of my artifacts. And then I talked about how I launched Genshin this morning, and I went to go do my weekly bosses, and I went to go fight Dvalin, and I pulled up Ganyu and Eula, and I was like, I gotta make sure that Ganyu has Blizzard Strayer and she doesn't have some weird artifacts. And I checked it, and she had Blizzard Strayer, and I saw that Eula was getting Serpent Spine stacks, so I thought everything was fine. And then I got his shield down with Ganyu, and then I started whacking the crystal on his back, and I was noticing that Eula wasn't doing a lot of damage for whatever reason. Healer Eula, healer Eula. Yeah, I was noticing, so there was something very odd about what was happening with Eula. And I did her hold E, and the mini burst explosion went off, and it did 2,000 damage, and I was very confused. And then her burst popped, and the burst did 16,000 damage. And I thought to myself, that can't be right. That can't be right. And I opened up my character page, and I looked at her artifacts, and I saw that she had two-piece Maiden Beloved, a Crimson Witch of Flame Sands, and 2 other random artifact sets.
Emotional damage!
It really was some emotional damage. It really was. It really was. Strange, isn't it?
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him
Yes,
to get
very
my
strange.
hopes
Yeah,
up.
I don't know what could have happened. I wonder what could have happened in Genshin that would cause all of my artifacts to be out of place.
He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality.
I'm gonna keep talking even though we're in the middle of a story quest. You know what the even worst part about it is? Even after we did all the meme fights, I did Spiral Abyss. So I went through, and I, like, made sure that all of my artifacts were all in line. You know, I made sure that everyone had their stuff all sorted out. But I just never checked any of Eula's artifacts. Yeah, so I did Abyss. I made sure that everyone had the right artifacts. Also, don't ignore the fact that I tried doing National Raiden without having 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate. She was on Tenacity of the Millelith. Ignore that. Don't know about that one. But
He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
didn't make a difference anyway. I switched over to 4-piece Emblem and I still wasn't able to clear it, so kind of an L.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked
Nasty
this
Raiden
friend
sounds
of
like she'd
mine.
go hard in those skills. Yeah. Yeah.
Based on the evidence we have gathered so far,
That's what I'd run
only
if I was ever
Yuya
gonna try and
seems to
do like
match
a
the
super
suspect's
nuke
profile.
Eula skill issue. RIP skill issue. Skill issue. Cope. L.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind
It's
of
a not
person.
having Hydro issue. We already established this. I don't have enough Hydro
He is
characters.
humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into
You're
a
still
fight
Foggers
before.
Neon? You know what? I think... Actually, Dawn, thank you for that. I've just decided what the next alert is going to be. The next sound alert will be... You're so Poggers. I'm going to chop that up. I'm going to make that one of the things. You're still Poggers, Neon. When you first switched those artifacts... I don't know if you're going to continue doing it. But if you're not, I will. You're still Poggers, Neon. When you first switched those artifacts, I was Pepe Hands. But when you told me you sorted them all out, I was so happy to be debated. The team's Omega Lol, but... Okay. I've listened to it so many times that if I type Poggers into Bing, or into, like, Microsoft Edge, it automatically pulls up the YouTube video.
You're so poggers, babe. When you first rejected me, I was Pepe Hands. But when you told me you were capping, I was so happy to be debated. I'm Omega Lol, but you love me no matter what. Together, we can live a life free of weird champs. Just you and me, babe. Actually... Babe, I'm breaking up with you. It's not you. You were Poggers. It's me. I'm Omega Lol. I'm sorry if this is Pepe Hands, but it has to be done. I've just been feeling Pepega, and our relationship has been weird champ for months. It's time to end it. No, Kappa.
Also, yes, I am sorry to all the raiders who don't know what's happening right now. All you need to know is that Poggers, Dotobu.
Huh. Is that so?
I feel like recently I've somehow gotten raided at all the worst possible times.
Yes.
But that time, that was a
If there's
conscious
one
choice.
thing I can
I
say
played
for
Poggers of
certain,
my own volition.
It's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning.
But yes, the next sound alert, I'm gonna add a new sound alert after the stream ends. And it's gonna be, "You're so Poggers, babe." Showing them the real you. Yeah.
I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced or otherwise compelled by
It's the mini...
circumstances
It's a mini
unbeknownst
trailer.
to me.
It's a mini channel trailer. Be like, "Welcome, raiders. Now, please watch this orientation video."
Anyway, should
Going
you
back to
find
Lurk, have a
him,
fun stream?
please
Yeah.
let me know as soon as possible.
I wonder how long this is gonna be.
Don't worry. You have our word.
I hope it's not too long.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
We must go to the Nagato family.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other.
Was
Let's
it the
pay a
bro
visit
song?
to the Nagato household.
I heard that the other day, and I was like, bro, what an amazing song. What a great song. Really? That's not far. Why is everyone in Inazuma City? I would have thought you'd be further away. The Nagato household in Inazuma City? Inazuma? Inazuma? More like I'm a zoomer. Funny joke. Also, I realized that that totally didn't do the lurk command, even though you put it in your comment. I guess it only works if you just type the command. That's interesting. I guess your Golett won't be evolving to level 43. Or, yeah.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
Oh no, not debt collectors.
My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
Is this Yuya's wife?
No, you misunderstand us.
No.
We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions.
I guess a
about
nephew is
Mr.
similar in
Nagato's
age to a grandson,
disappearance, if we may.
right? Actually, no, that's not how that works. A nephew is like a nephew's a nephew. It's not like a grandson at all. Just like it's like a child.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again.
Imagine Kazuha being a debt collector.
I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search. With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example,
Okay, no more hiccups.
Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector
Okay, never mind.
would be strapped for Mora.
It's because they're a collector Paimon that they're strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things.
Don't you know, Paimon? Collectors never have money.
He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him.
Yuya losing his mind as he's showing off his macaroni necklace collection to his wife.
Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Was this a CW soap?
Uh-oh, what happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them. Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse admiring his weapons, even as debt collectors were descending upon our house.
Also, I don't know what I'm talking about. I just realized this. Those are two different people. Yuya and this lady are they're related to two completely separate people. Maybe he used all of his weapons. Maybe he was stockpiling his own Gate of Babylon so he could be just like Gilgamesh. You never know. You never know.
He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens.
Maybe he could open up a sword museum.
On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Wow, I think this is the most domestic Genshin has ever been.
Whoa!
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
You did the right thing. It's important to set boundaries.
Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
Also, I never realized how weird Lumine's boots were. Like how high up they go.
I see. I understand.
Are they all one piece?
Amin Omayuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price. But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire. And
All
he's
of
got no
them?
way to pay off our debts.
My knees would be sweating with those boots. Can you imagine taking those off at night? Thank you for the follow, Alessandro. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, like, I'll look at them once we get out. Like, because they obviously don't have zippers on them. Imagine trying to get your feet out of those. So annoying. Now we know why the Traveler doesn't change clothes. They spend too much work. You got it right. I did get it right.
Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
An Animal Crossing New Leaf?
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye.
More than meets the eye. The eye? Like Transformers? Robots in disguise?
If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period.
Maybe he was possessed by a spirit from a first-hand guide to summoning spirits.
But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument.
Ha. A mild-mannered man. Ha. Mannered man.
This situation is getting a little confusing.
Is it really that confusing? I feel like there's a very simple answer here, and that's called a third party.
A little confusing. More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned.
Bit right, no. Come back, please.
Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find
It actually came back.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
Wow, first Komeiji, now Mr. Nagato. What's up with all these games? And debt. Oh.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery. Do you have any thoughts?
No. No thoughts, head empty.
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and,
Also, I didn't mention this earlier, but all of his collectibles were lost in the fire? Excuse me, how hot was this fire? You're talking about a warehouse, like, obviously he had other collectibles, but like, you're talking like all the swords were lost in the fire as well? Like, okay, I get it. Maybe the leather grips are burned, maybe the blades are singed. But all of them? All of them? Like, all of his collectibles were destroyed in the fire, and that includes his swords? Case closed, we know what happened to the two guys, they're not missing, they got burned up. Easy. Easy.
nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
We are still missing critical information. Perhaps the fire was deliberately used to hide the truth. They must have had an argument during the sale. We are still missing crucial information.
Right. I very much agree with you. It seems highly likely that we're missing a piece of the puzzle. Working off what we know so far, there are too many things that don't add up. The chances are that there are still some clues left for us to discover. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict.
Maybe it was a knocked over oil lamp. Maybe you got two introverts, and they just kind of introverted, and they were both just like... They kind of just awkwardly stared at each other, and then one of them went, and the other went, and then they both, like, stopped, and they were like, oh, no, you first, no, you first, and then they accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and lit on fire, and they were like, what do we do, what do we do, and they ran away. Never know.
Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
It also doesn't seem connected to the case of the attacker. Angry Lumine.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Darn! We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Hot bird jokes.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Investigation time? Are we gonna... Virtual reality. Activation. Quick. Somnium scan. Activate. We're going all the way out here? I guess it's not out here. It's just like the outskirts of the city.
Wait. I hear something ominous in the wind.
Ooh. Wait, actually, I think I have a wind voice. Hold on.
Ooh.
be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
I knew we could count on you. What the? Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Now
I
I'm
was
picking
half
up a strong
asleep and then I
scent in
hear that.
addition
Oh
to the
no.
sound.
I'm
It's
sorry.
right around here somewhere.
Where could they be?
There's nothing here.
That was wind from a nightmare? He said it was ominous. Isn't ominous wind a
gone
Pokemon move?
But I can still sense the direction
Ominous
it left in.
wind. Isn't that a move in Pokemon? Ominous wind, move. Yeah, I knew it. A ghost type move. 60 power, 15 PP. Cool. Introduced in Gen 4. My Pokemon knowledge hasn't failed me yet.
It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
The Tatarigami. That's one thing I didn't expect to encounter here.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation.
Ooh, those are some nice words. Unexpected spring of inauspicious energy.
We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Approach slowly. Got it. Oh, I don't get any choice. I was gonna just charge right at it.
So it's an underground warehouse.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely.
What if it was Tartar Igami? Like the sauce?
Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
Surely someone would have noticed.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions.
That kind of sounds like what he went through.
Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
That's dangerous.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Kazuha gently opens the trapdoor. Or is it a cellar? I wonder.
Huh?
Is it a trapdoor or is it a cellar?
What's down there?
It looks too large to be a trapdoor, but it doesn't look quite large enough to be a cellar. But I guess if it's an underground warehouse, it's more like a cellar than a trapdoor.
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
Gone, reduced to rubble. So in the end, it was just a scare. I'm not sure if it's a good or bad thing.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
The Baba Yaga?
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy's source left this place. 2 ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
Let's hurry.
Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
Just dust in the wind? Something, 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 yeah. Look for clues. Follow the scent. Pressing V.
Time to go.
I'm not following anything. I'm watching the waypoint. Go, Kazaha. Oh,
From this point, the trail appears to split into two.
we should split up. That's what all the smart people do.
The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly.
For a second, I thought that said Yoimiya, and I got very confused. 2 parts that would correspond to Mr. Nagato and Amanoma Yuya? Yuya.
Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
You yeet? Follow the scent and look for clues.
Whoa, look at all those hilly churls.
Where?
They're acting really strangely.
Where are the hilly trails?
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Well, bam! Pyro! Well, bam! Pyro!
Fire it up!
Well, bam! Pyro! Well, bam! Pyro!
It's...
Ugh, look at this red stuff. What is it?
It's ketchup.
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
I am Nagato. I was wounded by Amanoma Yuya. He took my most precious blade. I chased, but could not catch him. I lay down here to rest on account of my exhaustion. I thought that I might croak right here. My stomach kept on bleeding. But it seems that some strange power has sustained me. Why did he steal that blade? I was going to sell it to him. He even burned my warehouse down. Ah, it hurts, but for some reason, I can't fall unconscious. So all I can do is distract from the pain. All I can do to distract from the pain is write. What will happen to Sachiko, Yuichi, and Yuji? I'm sorry to them, I really am. Only now do I realize how stuck in my ways I was, and how blind to my hiccups. I must have been cursed. I collected all those strange and bizarre things, but they won me not one iota of happiness or warmth. Put all of it together, and it still wouldn't have been worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you, and sorry for letting you down, Sachiko posture check. Hydrate.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
Yuya started the fire. It hasn't been burning since the world's been something.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us. Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls.
Let's ask the
There's
Tenryou
nothing
Commission.
more for us to find here.
Let's ask the Tenryou Commission to do a thorough search later. Yes.
Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right, so let's get moving.
How did it come to this?
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Is it a
You
ghost?
figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
Well, that's okay, because I have the boys. Also, Toma, I'm gonna make sure you have the right artifacts. You do not. Take this. And take this. That looks better. Oh, he's almost friendship 10. Nice. How convenient.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I wonder how
I'm
they got
not
over here,
sure.
canonically.
But on closer examination,
Did they
I
come over
sense
on the
that
boat?
aura
Did
may
they
have
row over?
lingered here at
Or did they
several
glide?
different points in time.
Show yourself. It's no use hiding anymore.
Wow, Masanori, is that you?
Kaede Harakazua. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before. What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazua?
I lost his 50-50 to Jean.
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Ame no Miyuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Ame no Miyuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
The blade? Like Zelda?
Now that you mention
The
it,
cursed blade?
it is giving off a strange light.
No, what are you talking about, Paimon? That sword isn't suspicious at all. I think it's all on the up and up. It's obviously a holy blade. How could he be possessed by it? It's obviously been blessed by the gods. Look at it.
Whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
What is this, Xenoblade?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Ame no Miyuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams.
It's like, what's-his-face in Player That Can't Level Up.
As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home.
Wow, that could be its own show.
I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
It reminds me of this horror film, about this sentient tire who has the ability to blow people up.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you, and by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaede Harakazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me!
Doodle 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 doo 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 doo. Why do I have trial Kazuha? He's gonna be low-key kind of bad, probably. 220 elemental mastery with a fillet blade and 4-piece noblesse oblige. What kind of
Wind strike.
Dawn, break forth!
what kind of super scuffed? Actually, hold on. I actually want to see this guy's attacks. Hold on. Hold on.
Fire it up!
I actually want to see what this guy does. Okay. Show me your moves. Ooh. Oh, I do take damage from that. That's not very poggers of you, my guy.
We shall rewrite history!
Oh, bam.
We shall rewrite history! Do not stand in my way, or I will strike you down too!
Maybe say that when you're not in the body of an NPC and I'll take you more seriously.
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man.
Why don't we just yank the sword out of his hand?
He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
Then we will smash you into pieces. I'll mine so many rocks with you, you'll become a dull blade.
The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure. By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Does that mean that he could potentially become the prized Ishin toothpick?
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
He said the word.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Amenoma Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you? On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Cope. L ratio.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminoma Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is
Said the
so
word
strong
again.
it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being!
I see. Now we've gotten into the whole, oh wow, time to draw sympathy for the villain, and see how they were actually just a victim. This should be over soon.
I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Snap back to reality?
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality.
Is he gonna do a limit break?
It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Aminoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is a risky strategy.
This is
But he
the
did the
only way
math.
to
He did the
save
monster
Aminoma
math.
Yuya, If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenome Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
What if Kazuha finds out he has a hidden obsession?
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here
What
with
if
me.
Lumine grabbed it and had it amplified her obsession to find ether?
We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Alright, fine.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
Yo, it's just floating. Wow. Whooshing.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected.
If something feels off, let me know immediately.
I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute! Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
That should fit the bill.
Ah, all right. Please lead the way.
What about Amenoma Yuya? What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine. Just be careful.
Where are we going now? Oh, over here. Ere the end at a glance. Is that what that said? I think that's what it said. Do I have my normal party back? Thank you. I want my good Kazuha back, not your weird noblesse oblige Kazuha with a fillet blade. They always give the weirdest artifacts. They always give you the weirdest builds for the trial characters. It doesn't make any sense. Hey look, a time challenge. You know what? Let's do that first. Collect 8 electro particles. Well, don't mind if I do.
Follow the wind.
How am I supposed to do this within 20? Oh, rip. Well, we'll just restart then. I'll grab my Electrograna at the start. Electrograna? Electrogranum? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Brings a smile to my face. Time to go.
Oh, wait, Sakura Bloom. I need that Sakura petal. Well, now we're going up, huh? Higher, 42 meters. Higher, no more stamina. Higher, using E to jump. Lower. Ah, I see. In here? in here. Occupied hold. Start. Recommended elements. Animo. Wait, what does it say the recommended level is? 90? We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We have Kazaha and Xingqiu. And they're great. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What could go wrong? Nothing. Gotta make sure I don't miss any chests. Oh! We got the sword. Oh, gross. They replaced my Kazaha with the gross Kazaha. No. I mean, he is C3, I guess. But they give him Noblesse? Weird. When a normal charged attack released in a cursed spirit, AoE damage equal to 180% of attack, restoring 100% of attacker's HP, can trigger once every 8 seconds. Damage done by this wielder. Damage done by the weapon's wielder is decreased by 50%. Weird. Obviously, that's not the effect for the sword we get, but okay. Also, my man's got 2,000 attack. What a weird... Wait, hold on a second. What a weird... Why did... I don't like... Oh, wait, it's just Kazaha? Why even make me choose a party? You better have, like, tons of ER. He doesn't have tons of ER. Cool. Oh, okay, I see how this is. I see how it is.
Time to go.
To defeat the Huns? Let's get down to a bit. Is that? Well done.
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
Okay, but first we gotta explore. Are there any hidden chests? Hidden chests? Hello? Oh, there's a chest. What about back here? Have we opened this door yet? Huh? No? Okay. These are some weird Kazaha. It kind of looks like Mist Splitter. A little. Thank you. Where's this door of resurrection? Huh? Huh? Where is it? Where is it? Where? I demand to know. Anything in here?
Time to go.
Anything in here? No? No?
It's my lucky day.
Well, it's not my lucky day. There's no chests in here. Did they follow me up here? No. Good. Get over here.
The wind knows me. To the ferry. Finally, let's get down to business.
And then...
Perfect distance. One with nature. One with wind and cloud. Into the wind.
Easy. Easy.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
It's grown dimmer.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amano Miyuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
Dun dun dun. I like how we got all that energy, and look how much energy we actually got, huh? Where did it all go? Where did it all go? Not you. Well, bam. One of these times I actually want to see what the effect actually is. Oh, there it is. You can barely see it. Not much of an effect, I'll be honest. Oh, I got hit by that? How?
Clouds high. The birds call.
I wonder, are we doing less damage now? I got hit again. Oops.
Wind Strider.
I wonder if we're doing less damage. I wonder if the sword is changing.
It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time, we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
It really looks like it's about to break. Your prized Ishin blade is badly damaged.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
Will he listen to you?
I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
There they are! Take them down!
Murayama, he gets a name.
Where do they keep coming from?
You shouldn't fight with this blade anymore. Let me use my real party with my real Kazuha, please.
Yup. We can help this time.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade.
Not the fillet blade. Please not the fillet blade.
It's just more of the same.
Please not the fillet blade. Please not. Please no. Game, why do you hurt me so? Why do you do such things to me?
One with nature. Into the wind. Time to go.
I just realized they do that like super like fantasy like magic thing of like drawing their sword across their hand when they do the flame blades.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
RIP.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry, from here on I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
Da-da-da-da. But first, are there any chests? Please, open. Prized Yushin Blade. What say you?
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Oh.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness.
Remember when I thought this was going to be over soon?
But darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Ame no Mayuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Ame no Mayuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey, the next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Ame no Mayuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
I mean, the Mayuya finally regains. Oh.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryo Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention?
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
A beach, like the trailer, like the preview. Is that a luxurious chest I see? No, it's a precious chest. Better. We didn't get anything cool. I thought maybe we'd get a cool weapon, but then I forgot, Inazuma doesn't have regional weapons. Fulfill the Cursed Blade's wish. We must go... Again. Teleport. I will say, that's the one thing I dislike about doing events on stream. Is the talking is fine. But I feel like there's so much talking that it's a lot of dead air from me.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash.
That was a much more relaxed occasion.
Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Ready?
Oh, wait. Wait. No, hold on. We're not ready. We're not ready. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something. Okay. Okay, hold on. What is this angle? It's an amazing angle. I've got actually I gotta do something real quick. There's something I very so much want to set up for this specific moment. It's something I must do. It's gonna look so cool. And I'm just gonna keep talking about it until I can get it set up. NVIDIA decided that they wanted to, because I updated my drivers, they reset all of my filters, because cool, yay, love that. So instead, I have to reset everything. But I have a very cool filter. I have very cool filters that I'm gonna use. It's gonna look cool, I promise. It'll look cool. It'll look cool. You won't be able to see them until I switch over my capture setting. Because for whatever reason, OBS doesn't capture the filters unless I do a window capture. It doesn't capture them for game capture, which I don't know why it does that. Maybe because the filters are like its own separate window. Who knows? But okay, there we go. Okay. Get this all set up. That's the most annoying part about updating my drivers or changing my drivers or doing anything with my drivers. Please capture Genshin Impact. Get rid of you. Get rid of... We good? Yeah, there we go. There we go. I hope this doesn't cause the game to lag too much.
Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaedahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It's lagging, but you know, whatever.
It is my honor also.
Oh, they're making me use the super scuffed Kazuha, though. He's got no bless, he doesn't even have any ER. It's still broken, okay. How's the story quest going? It's coming. Oh, he's near the water. Nice, I can swirl. I wish we'd get a counter-based sword character. We didn't get a single counter-based Inazuma sword. The closest thing we got was Yunjin. So instead I had to make do with Beto when I did the Iwakawa duel. And now I have to make do with dodging, because I can't do cool samurai counters. I have to make do with cool dashes.
Wind strike. Clouds high. The birds call.
Oh, he hit me. Where did he go? Oh, there he is. Dun 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 dun. Oh, he hit me. Rip.
Wind strike.
I gotta get him with a charge attack. I gotta do it. There we go. There we go.
Thank you for the experience.
Turn those off. Turn those off.
Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience.
No. I'm pretty sure he preserved it. Haha, funny condiment joke. I guess preserves aren't really condiments, though.
There are
I guess
a few
that depends.
things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
Is a preserve a spread, or is it a condiment?
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
It still upsets me that some of the enemies still have their swords the other way. I get there's a reason for it. I know there's a reason why. And I know that there's like an actual reason why some of them have them blade up and some of them have them blade down, but
thank you, successor of
it just looks
Amanoma
weird
art.
sometimes.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amanoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
And they finally put an end to the Amanoma Aminoma
want to go there for?
debate.
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Watch as like each voiceover has a different pronunciation. That'd be funny. Return to the smithy. Let's go with Kazuha. Away we go. I wonder who I'll give this sword to. I wonder who could benefit from it. I guess it might be cool on Ayato.
It's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
You tell Amanoma Togo about the various things that happened.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes, badly wounded, but he will live.
Right, I forgot. This is Genshin. No one ever dies unless they're children. We're not doing great on that count so far. Almost all the adults are living. All the nameless adult NPCs are named adult NPCs. They're doing pretty well. The kids on the other hand, not so great. Not so great. Enkanomiya, Surumi Island, Chi-Chi.
And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Some of them kids have dead parents. True, Joel. Depending on whether or not you go on the Suspado gardening flower pot thingamajig.
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief
Childish
moment.
Jang or whatever his name was. Rue, not Rue. The other kid. The Crystal Marrow guy.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's
Oh,
wish.
Timmy. Yup,
And
Timmy
he
too.
assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
I trust your judgment.
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
The decision is yours.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
And now I have to do a mini game. He got really close up on his face. Oh, is it a cutscene? Never mind. Did he get the Sans eye?
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness.
I'm always surprised by how weird how weird some of these cutscenes look. Like, sometimes it doesn't look 3D or in-engine at all. Sometimes it looks like 2D.
You were right.
It's very strange.
Nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still
Most of the time it's
for
the
Ishi
traveler that
Fox.
looks unnatural in the
Once remade, I will
cutscenes,
be a
but not
valuable
always.
resource for your studies. Ishi lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the
Ah yes, when the sword is cooling down, hit it again and it gets hotter.
As long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish.
I'll trust you, Kazuha.
Thank you.
I don't know anything about blacksmithing, but
Over the years, my
something about
role
that doesn't
has
seem
been
quite right.
forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kazubruh Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
You know what? I'm surprised. Maybe it's because no one's made it, or maybe it's because they're kind of this low effort. I haven't seen any like Sans Kazuha jokes. After leaving the smithy, you learn the blade's final words from Kazuha.
That's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kazubruh Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name.
Does this count as the weapon we get for this event? Actually, no, we get Fischl, don't we?
It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own
Yeah,
actions.
we get Fischl this time.
And thus chose to bury this
Right?
name deep
Right?
within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The
Is
same
it?
fervent
Right? That's
ambition that gave
I'm
him the
correct in
motivation
thinking
to
that,
keep
right?
going forward, also
Fischl is
fueled
the event
stubborn
reward this time?
determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
Too dangerous, if you ask me. The remnants of defeated gods are nothing to scoff at.
I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Thank you.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
Dun dun dun. And now we'll teleport here. It's probably faster to teleport here. Mora. The currency accepted worldwide in Tevat. Wait, so, hold on. Genshin lore question. Tevat is the world? Tevat's the world? I thought it was the continent. I guess that makes sense for it to be the world, because you've got Inazuma, and that's an island archipelago. So it really wouldn't make sense for it to be continent. But I always thought that Teyvat was an area, not like the entire world. I guess that makes sense.
You've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanome Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path.
It looks like that one fish.
Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised.
Wait, why can't you just use it as a way to solidify relations between Sangonomiya and the shogunate?
However,
Hold on.
if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
I wonder where the wind will take him. Is that it? Quest completed. I wonder where the wind will take him. Could the wind perhaps take him to the Golden Apple Island archipelago? Now, I was gonna do Golden Apple, but I forgot how long these quests were. 2 hours, 2.5 hours, along with my talking in between. Wow, it says it's maxed out at 1. That's interesting. It's like, no, you can't ever get more than 1. There's not even anything, it's just a flat thing. And there's no event booster either, which is kind of sad. Actually, before that, while we're at the smithy,
Wherever in
oh,
this
we're not
world
at the
I
smithy,
roam,
never mind.
I carry...
I'm going to go to the smithy, and I'm going to claim any rocks if I have had them made. I hope I have. Hey guys, it's me, I'm back again. I was wondering, do you have any ore for me? You know that sword I just made? I gotta upgrade it. Do you have any ore for me? Thank you. And you too can get your own 5 Mystic Enhancement Ore by linking your Genshin or your Hoyoverse account with your Twitch account in order to get Genshin drops with streamers streaming Genshin who have drops enabled, like myself. Not sponsored. But that is something to keep in mind when you're watching people play Genshin. And away we go! Actually, let's not use these right now. I recently upgraded some stuff, so that's why we're so low. That's why my ore is so low. I didn't even remember. Oh, I remember what it was. I upgraded the Eye of Perception for Physical Barbara, or for DPS Barbara, and It was certainly something. Also, I farmed a few materials for this sword. Not a lot, but I farmed a few, so we should be able to upgrade it a little bit. I did get some of these masks because there was nothing else to do. It was a day where this was the only thing that was farmable, and I didn't have anything else I wanted to farm, so I was like, you know what, I'll do this. I'll farm for the sword. And yes, I will squeeze out every last bit I can. We're definitely not getting it to 90. I think maybe 70, perhaps. I don't have any gold enhancement materials, any 4-star enhancement materials, so... Or is it 5-star? It's 5-star. Yeah, I only have these 4 stars, so we'll only get it to 70. I could craft some more, but we're not in any hurry. There's no bonus experience event going on right now. Done. Oh, actually, we can sneak. Oh, no, we can't. I need one more Deathly Statuette. So close, so far. That's okay. That's okay. That does look pretty clean. It's a bit too red for my liking. It's too red for Kazuha, in my personal opinion. I think the Unascended Traveler's Handy Sword fits him much better. It's a lot darker of a red. Did I finish the story quest? Yes, I just finished it. Finished it, and now we got the new sword. The Kagatsurebe... The Kagatsurebe Ishin? Is that what he said? I think so. It has a high base attack, normal or charge attack. I guess maybe an Ayaka, I guess. It could be put as a stat stick. It was pretty cool. The fight was pretty cool. It was pretty average, I'd say, for a character quest. I will say part of it's taken away by the fact that it basically just rehashed everything that was part of an event a couple of weeks ago, or like maybe a month or two ago, which I played. So I already knew everything in it. It was just specific lore about this sword that I didn't know. But for anyone who missed the event, I'm sure it'd be plenty interesting. It's just that I already kind of understood what was happening. It looks very similar to the Aminama, which I will say also looks very good on Kazuha. It looks very good on Jean in her new outfit. I've said this before. Where is she? Jean, where are you? Jean? Yeah, it looks very cool, Jean. It also, obviously, looks very good with Kuki, because obviously they have the same color palette. But this sword, I feel like it could be okay on Ayaka. Obviously, I'm not going to put it on her because I already have Skyward Blade, even though she's not using it now. But if I ever want to run Bennett with ER, I might give Ayaka this. I might give it to Ayaka. And then keep Aminama on Jean. Although I might, who knows? I feel like they're pretty equal. They're pretty close. Similar base attacks. They both have attack percent ascensions. This one has the added benefit of a couple extra energy. This one has some more damage. Who knows? It looks like it'd be a good sword for Ayato, though. Like, if you don't have another sword, it looks like it'd be pretty good. Because it has the normal thing. It does only happen 8 seconds, though, but increasing attack by 15% for 8 seconds seems like it'd be pretty good at the start of his E. But who knows? Anyway, now I have no enhancement ore. That's okay. Because Kazuha. And you know what? The drip is not good for Ayato. It's not, sadly. Ayato and all of his blue and white. Wish I had a weapon to choose from. Yeah, weapon variety is sadly lacking sometimes. We'll get this on him just to see the new drip. Oh, it glows. Yo, that's cool. That's oh no. Okay, no, that's cool. That's cool. Look at that. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That was one thing I was like, I hope I saw it when it was like the evil sword and it glowed and it was super cool. No, this is cool. It glows now. It's just a red mist instead. Yeah, that looks cool. It's still a bit too red for Kazuha, in my opinion. I think it's much too red. He doesn't have that much red, and the red that he has is very subtle. I don't know who it would look good on. I feel like it'd look really good on Toma or Diluc. If Diluc could use normal swords, if he didn't use claymores, I feel like it'd look really good on him. It doesn't really look that great on Kaching. Lion Drawer still, I believe, is the best looking weapon on her. Kaya kind of clashes with his color scheme. Although I am a believer in the whole Cinnabar Spindle is the best looking weapon on Kaya. It really clashes. It's kind of like when I use Black Sword on him. I believe Cinnabar is an amazing looking sword on Kaya. It does nothing for him, but I think it looks cool. Cinnabar, yeah, it's such a good looking sword. What other sword characters do we have? You know who else Cinnabar looks good on? Ayato. It looks great on like everybody. Actually, that's not true. But anyone with like a remotely like blue and gold color scheme, it'll look good on. Jean. It looks like even on Jean, just because of like her gloves with the accents, it looks okay. Like look at this. Look at this. Trying to get a C1 Iron Sting for Kazuha? Iron Sting's pretty good, that's what I've been running. I ran Favonius just to cut down on ER, because apparently that's okay too, but I'm losing out on crit rate, because I have garbage crit rate. So who knows? It might work with her swimsuit skin, Cinnabar. I actually think that the flute looks the best with her summer skin.
With the seas.
I think the flute is like the best looking one. It's got such a, because you've got like the kind of burned hilt here. Like the kind of burned like gold, bronzy kind of thing. And then you've got like the nice like fade on the blue, which like really goes nice with the fade on her clothing. And the different shades. I think this one, I think it's the best. The one thing I don't like is that the Amanoma looks so weird with her skin, but although Sacrificial Sword doesn't look bad either. I think Flute looks the best. Cinnabar is okay too. Cinnabar is kind of nice. It's got like a nice slim long design, which I feel like works well with her less bulky swimsuit outfit. And of course, got this. Skyward Blade I feel like too, just because it's also got that light color. But Skyward Blade I feel like, along with Aquila Favonius, just works with all of her skins. I'm gonna switch her back to Gunhilder's Legacy, because it's the best Jean skin in my opinion. And also, it looks so good with Amenoma. It looks so clean. Who else do we got? We have Kuki. I mean, I guess. Maybe. It makes her look like even more of a Valorant character than she already is. So, don't know how I feel about that one. It looks better than Favonius. Not as good as, Amenoma. But, wow, now she really is a Valorant character. Kuki with Traveler's Handy Sword. Is that what she had? Yeah. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. The Unascended one, kinda clean. It's kind of a weird style for her. I don't like the Ascended Traveler's Handy Sword. I think the colors are really gross. I really don't like it, I'll be honest. I hate it. She has it on my alt? Oh, interesting. Like, chalk that up with Ascended Bloodstained for being quite possibly, in my opinion, the two ugliest weapons in the game. Like, Unascended Bloodstain looks so cool. The red with the black. And then it just became all red. And white. It looks so weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. There are some weapons that I definitely think lose something when they ascend. Red because blood. I know, the Bloodstained Greatsword along with Bloodstained Chivalry. I know the lore. It just looks so weird. It's so vibrant. It's so red. It's the same thing with the Traveler's Handy Sword. Every time I look at it, the only thing I can think of is ketchup bottle. You know, because it's got the big red outline, but it's got like the white stripe in the middle, like the label on the Heinz ketchup bottle. I just think of ketchup every time I see it, and I can't take it seriously. That's why I was so happy I got a second one. Oathsworn Eye is not very good looking without a Kokomi. I beg to differ. I think it looks great on Summer Barbara. I think it matches her aesthetic so well. My Yae has no drip. Yae doesn't really have a lot of good, in terms of like color and design-wise, options, aside from her Yuzu. Is it? No, it's a Suzu. Yuzu is an orange. Suzu is the thing that she has. They have them in Kimi no Nawa. It's the stuff that, whatever her name is, Misaka? It's the stuff that she has. Dodoko with Yae looks nice. Ooh. I feel like Sacrificial looks nice because of the color. Although maybe it's too much purple and not enough pink. But I think Oathsworn with Barbara looks pretty nice with the summer skin. Because it's got the whole kind of like waves, they got a similar color. They've kind of got the little burn that she has here. But Thrilling Tales always looks great with Barbara. Maybe I've Stockholmed myself into always having it on her, so I think that way, but I believe. And normal Barbara with Favonius Codex looks so clean. Obviously. What are some other top tier character weapon choices? Oh, Chongyun with Sacrificial Greatsword. Chongyun with Sacrificial. Absolutely. You know who else was Sacrificial Greatsword? Eula. Eula with Sacrificial Greatsword looks so good. It looks so good. It's like Noelle with the bell. Noelle with Ascended Bell. So nice. It's so clean. So clean. The Ascended version of Sacrificial turns purple though? I know, that's why I don't ascend it. Such an L. I'll ascend it when I get a second copy. I know I've just been like refining it, but if I get another copy, I'll ascend this one and I'll keep the other one. I'm gonna put Snow Tombed on him. Snow Tombed is pretty nice too. My problem with Snow Tombed is that it's a bit too dark for his color scheme in my opinion. Even after you refine it. I just think it's a little too dark. Like this area right here. The rest of it's fine. But I just think this one, like the central part on the guard is just a bit too dark. But it fits thematically. Very cool, Ice Sword. The other one I think that looks really good is White Iron. White Iron I think looks really good on him. Just because of the way it works with the dark on the inside. Fair Shadow just isn't like bright enough. It's too like dull matte. Amber with Fading Twilight kind of matches. Slingshot, Fading Twilight. Ooh, that's kind of cool, especially with her new skin as well. Yeah, that's kind of cool. You know what this reminds me of? The Fading Twilight bow reminds me of the Temple Guardians in Star Wars. I like Slingshot. Slingshot Amber is pretty cool. So is Rust. Rust Amber is really good, because they've both got the dark color schemes. Also, I'd made 20 pulls in the weapon banner because I got bored, and it was an awful decision. But on the bright side, I got 2 Mitternox whatever. Mitternox Walt. So now Fischl has a very cool looking bow for her to use that I will never use because I have her on Fading Twilight. Yeah, I'll be honest. I forgot what I got. I got a Diona out of it, which is pretty cool. I got C3 Diona, so that's nice. I finally got another Diona con. I got 2 Mitternox, which are very nice. They look so good. I mean, it's Fischl's bow. Physical bonus damage, normal attacks increase elemental skill damage, elemental skill increases normal attack damage. It's obviously made to be made with, like, physical Kutching, not Kutching. Machine gun Fischl on field. It's normal attacks, though, which is unfortunate, but, you know, what can you do? It's her bow. It is her bow. I don't remember what the other weapon I got was. I'll look in my inventory. I got 4 things in the 20 pulls. Maybe I didn't. I know I got 1 Dionacon and 2 Mitternox. I can check, actually. There's a thing called Wish History. It exists for a reason. Mitternox Walt. Mitternox Walt. Diona. Okay, no, that was just it. Okay, I thought I got 4 things. Guess not. The other thing that I will say, it looks super good on new Diluc skin. Obviously, Serpent Spine looks amazing on Diluc. I think Rain Slasher looks pretty good on him as well as Unascended Bell and Unascended Blood Tainted. But I will say, one thing that looks surprisingly good with the new skin is Redhorn. Redhorn looks surprisingly good with him. Like, it's so much worse than Serpent Spine, but it just looks so cool. It looks really weird when he uses his burst because of how it's a curved blade. Not Rain Slasher, please. What do you mean? Rain Slasher is awesome. An R5 Rain Slasher can be like slightly below an R1 Serpent Spine. Oop, no. See the animation? Yeah. Yeah. Although I will say, the real reason why I like Rain Slasher is because everyone knows C2 Beta is perfect with the bell. Obviously. The real reason I like Rain Slasher is because it looks like Zeke's sword in Xenoblade. And I just think Zeke is a really funny character. So, I like the design of Rain Slasher. I'm not too hot on the glow right in the center. But it's a nice contrast, red and green. I saw someone run Shatter Diluc with Rain Slasher one time. It was pretty funny. I'll put him back on Serpent. And then I'll forget, and I'll try to run Eula with Rain Slasher later. As for other weapons... Stringless Ganyu looks really cool. Stringless Ganyu is pretty cool. It's a pretty nice color scheme. My #1 husband doesn't deserve this. What do you mean? I actually have a really fun time running Rain Slasher Diluc for the aesthetic. Just to watch him swing it around. Because nobody else uses it. Sag. But yeah, Stringless Ganyu. One of my favorites. I don't know. There really aren't that many I can say for bows, I'll be honest. I mean, Ventu looks really good with, where is it? Windbloom. but we already went over claymores, and I don't have any pole arms, so I don't have anything to say about that. I don't have my variety of pole arms is very limited. I will say, however, Sang Ling with Primordial Jadewing Spear looks really cool. Unfortunately, I'll continue to use the catch on her because it's just so much better, but Primordial Jadewing does look pretty nice. Dragon's Bane is okay too. And of course, in his official art he uses it. Toma looks very cool with Katane Cross Spear. I don't really have a lot of opinions on Ayaka. I mainly just use Skyward Blade on her because high base attack. But Amanoma does look pretty nice too because it's a sword. Excuse me. But either way.
Prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
I know it said maybe Golden Apple Archipelago, but I've been streaming since like 2:45, 2:50, so it's been like 4 hours. 4 hours and like 40 minutes. Which maybe isn't a terribly long time. But like, maybe we'll save Golden Apple for tomorrow, now that we're done with Somnium Files. Maybe that'll be the fun thing. Is that right, Diluc? Is that what we're gonna do? Are we gonna do that, Diluc?
Yes, we are going to do that. That is the plan for tomorrow.
Cool. Well, I'm
Prepare while
glad
we
you agree
can,
with me.
Then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
Cool. Well, you all heard Diluc. I can't wait to try to do something and realize that something is not quite right with my weapons or my artifacts. Diluc sounds a bit different. I think it's the new outfit. I might be going through puberty too. That might be it. But anyway, I actually really like his skin. I'll be honest, I was kind of neutral about it. I think it looks pretty good. I think it's good. I think it looks good. The biggest advantage in my mind is that he doesn't have his weird cowlicks and all of his hair sticking out. The rest of his outfit's fine. I love the rest of it. But he just kind of walks weird, and his hair is kind of weird. No offense to Luke. He still kind of walks weird, but it's different. I will say though, he looks his age, or he looks how he sounds in English. But the skin definitely makes him look as young as he sounds in the other voiceovers. If I had enough characters, I would put together my Otome team, but I don't. So, instead, I'll have to try my best. Otome team, assemble! I want different color schemes. Otome team, assemble! Sorry, Toma. I'd put you in here, but I already have Diluc. Although maybe I will put you in here just because there's nobody else. Not a whole lot of other people I can put in here.
This will be interesting.
Look at them. Look at them. And then you've got Kazuha. The only one who doesn't have the tall male model. Look at them go. Husbands, yes. Otome Gamecast. Although I feel like Kazuha and Toma infringe too much on each other's like personality traits. They get a little bit too close. Thank you, Soft TPG, for following. And I feel like Diluc and Toma's color schemes are a bit too similar. I feel like there's way too much red. One of them has to be the childhood friend. The other is the nice senpai. Well, going based off of their looks, Kazuha is the childhood friend and Toma is the nice senpai. But going off about how it actually is, Toma would probably be the childhood friend and Kazuha would probably be the nice senpai. Diluc is the rich boy with the bad past? Yeah. Yeah, you know it. You know it. And Kaya's like the cool, dangerous boy. That's who he is. Although, if I'm being completely honest, we go here. We got Ayato, right? I feel like Ayato, we get into like we get into like office worker Otome game where like our main character's like 22 or something, and she meets this handsome man. Ito, I feel like a similar. Ayato's the boss. Ito, I feel like we get into a similar thing where we get into like we're out of like haha funny like high school like maybe like 17 to 19. I feel like we get into like oh now they're in 20s working at an office. Same thing with Ito. I feel like that's the same thing applies. Toma, I feel like we get back into like Doki Doki Literature Club territory of being like wow, thank you. Definitely childhood friend though. Definitely childhood friend. Kazuha, Albedo, Xiao, I'm sorry you're all short. Chongyun, I'm sorry you're also short. It makes it kind of weird when you're all lined up next to each other. Casa, definitely another one. Albedo, 100%. Albedo would be like he'd be like the glasses, the college art student. Albedo would 100% be like the super hot like dude with glasses. That's 100% his thing. Like the smart guy with the glasses, that's his thing. I feel like Zhongli gives me professor vibes, rich client. Xiao, I feel like would start to encroach on Diluc's like troubled past thing, but maybe not being rich, but also being like, oh no, bad boy, bad boys, what you gonna do? And then you got Tartaglia, who's like disregarding what he's like in Genshin, would 100% be like generic Otome male lead #1, who is just like super generic. Goro belongs to Nekopara Cowboys. Bro hit with his bow. Yeah. Not generic? What do you mean? Removing his characterization in Genshin and going purely based off of like his face. 100% this man would be like the first or second male lead you meet in the game. 100%. He'd be like Mr. Popular at school. Be like all the girls would be like, wow, he's so hot, he's so dreamy. He'd get along with everybody, he'd be super nice. Don't do Ed Sheeran like that. Oh no. Not Ed. Kaya can be Mr. Bad Boy. 100%. And then y'all are way too young. Y'all are way too young. I honestly don't know where to put Venti in. I guess he could be like the fun one, Mr. Troublemaker. And then you got Zhongli, who gets in the same range of Ayato, being like, my man just looks like we're out. Zhongli's the boss. He's the boss. He's like the head at the office. And then Ayato's like second in command or something. Or he's the promising talent of the company. Heizo? Heizo. Yeah. Heizo definitely gets us back into this is 100% like Doki Doki high school time. Heizo's the sports guy, 100%. He's the dude who's like super correct at basketball and soccer, and all the girls love him. He's the Shikimori of our Genshin characters. 100%. 100%. It's scary sometimes how well some of these characters would fit into a high school AU. But it's also interesting, you got so many of them. One of them has to be the yandere. I feel like that could apply to a lot of people. Maybe not yandere, but definitely like the really protective, like secret, like, kinda. I feel like that could maybe be like a cool, that could be like the Gap Moe for Toma, right? He's like the super nice childhood friend, but be like, oh, don't you make her cry or else. But I feel like that's not like yandere. That's just protective. I would say Kaching. Kaching. Can I zoom in? No, that's just her splash art. Can I zoom in on her? I can. That's what I was trying to do earlier, zooming in on their faces. Kaching? I feel like Sucrose. Toma gives me Luke from Tears of Themis. Ah. I feel like Sucrose is a pretty generic setup for being the yandere. I feel like it's a really obvious choice. I feel like just because of her characterization. I feel like the obvious answers are Sucrose and Lisa. But I feel like those are boring. I feel like, and of course the Ayaka memes. The Ayaka memes too.
A blade embrace.
But I don't know. I'm gonna go through, see if they would fit. These two definitely would fit in a high school AU. Yelan maybe as a teacher. Ayato maybe as a teacher as an older brother. Yae maybe same as before. Shenhe, I don't really think so. Maybe as a relative. Like an older sister or something like that, or like an aunt, or like a, you know, like sister who like went off to college. Yunjin, definitely. Ito, maybe. Goro, yes. Toma, yes. Kokomi, probably. Raiden, probably not, unless she was a staff member or some other adult. Sara, maybe. Aloy, who knows? Yoimiya, definitely. Sayu, definitely. Aika, yeah. Kazuha, yeah. Eula, probably. Maybe Yanfei. Rosario, probably not as a student, or maybe as a student. Hu Tao, yeah. Xiao, yeah, probably. Ganyu, student council. Albedo, yeah. Zhongli, principal, maybe. Xinyan, yeah. Child, yeah. Diona, maybe. Klee, maybe, probably not. Venti? Venti, I feel like, is a supporting character. What if high school AU, but we're the teachers, and the other teachers are the love interest? All of the tall characters, you mean? All the characters that don't look like they're young? Kaching, again, maybe. Not in this outfit. In their other outfit, probably. Not in this, though. Mona, yeah. Chi-Chi, probably not. Maybe as like a side character. Diluc, probably. Jean, probably. Sucrose, yeah. Chongyun, yeah. Noelle, yeah. Bennett, yeah. Official, yeah. Ningguang, probably. Tingqiu, yeah. Beidou, yeah. Pretty much all the characters. Beidou is to give Klee his Gap Moe because he's a doting older brother. Yeah, like little sister related. Like I'll go through like student staff, like student, staff, or like maybe older brother, staff, older sibling, student. I honestly don't know about Ito. He could be anything. Who knows? Student, staff. Who knows? I have no idea. Aloy, student, 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 staff, student. Who knows? I honestly don't know. Maybe side character? Sibling. Side character? Maybe staff? Student, side character? Related to somebody else? Sibling? Student, staff, 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 student. We're playing really fast and loose with proposed ages for characters, especially with this. Kaya could be a teacher. He could be like a cool teacher. So could Ayato. He could also be someone's older brother, too. I feel like Beidou and Ningguang would be like not necessarily like people at the school, but like adults in the story. Same thing maybe with Yanfei. I figure Eula and Rosaria, they both strike me as like people who'd be like on the sports teams in the high school AU. Ganyu, Jean, Kaching, maybe Ningguang. But Ganyu, Kaching, and Jean all strike me as people who'd be on student council. Maybe Noelle too. Maybe not like on student council, but she helps them with stuff. Yelan could be a teacher. I'd assume she'd be a teacher. I assume Yai'd be a teacher or some other adult in the story. I assume Shenhe would be an older sibling. She could be a teacher, but I would imagine Shenhe might be some like character's sibling. Like Xiangyun's older sister who like is at uni or something. I don't know. Why am I trying so hard thinking about this? Huh? Huh? Why am I thinking so much about this? I feel like Mona might be on student council too. I don't know. I feel like we're getting into this weird thing that they do with Awakening and all the child units in Awakening. And all of their weird supports. And all the little teams they made in their supports, like the Heroes of Justice. I think part of it's easy just because of characterization in the game. But I do think it's kind of weird to put Lisa as like a teacher and then not put like Jean, Diluc, and Kaya as teachers. I don't know. Anyway, why are we talking about this? Why? I've spent like the last like at least 20 minutes discussing this. Why?
Be careful.
Huh? Huh? The world may never know, huh? Do you know Diluc? No, I don't. Because I'm special? You are special, Dawn. The karaoke playlist I have, or like the playlist I've been assembling songs, is literally called Dawn Kara. I was just like, how do I make sure I need to differentiate this. I need to make sure I know what this is so I don't lose it in other playlists.
To rest and plan our next move.
I think it's gonna go okay. There are some songs that aren't gonna go good, but that's because they're not in my key. Like, I'll be honest, I wanted to sing 15 by Taylor Swift, but quite frankly, it's in such a high key. Because it's Taylor Swift. Because when you're 15, and someone tells you they love you, you're gonna believe it. And I'm just like, some of them just are not the play. Some of them I feel like I'll be able to do. I'll be able to econ by. That one, 100% no. Like Invincible Rainbow Arrow? Bro, that's gonna be so hard. But it's one of the meme songs I'm doing. It's not supposed to be good. Just like Half to Whole. It's not gonna be good as Kizuna singing it. But also, that's not the point. The point is that I step on gum on my way to the station. So. What can I waste more time with now instead of just abruptly ending the stream, huh? I don't know. Maybe I'll go more in depth on some of the characters. I don't know. And I feel like one is that there are just so many characters to try and fit in. I feel like very specific characters, if you focused on very specific characters, which I assume most do. I assume most fanfics would focus in on a couple characters, because there are just so many at this point. Or maybe a region of characters. Like, obviously, as a Lamber shipper. That's one thing I think about. That's also where I get my whole... Eula would 100% be a girl who was on the sports team. She'd definitely be on the sports team with Rosaria. That's my imagination. That's what I think of. And Child would definitely be like the popular guy, and everyone loves him. Sayu would be like the one lady whose name I don't remember in Shikimori, who just is always there and is just kind of like, yeah, I'm here too. I think she's voiced by... Is she voiced by the lady who voices... Not Rin Shibuya, that's Idolmaster. What's her name? Rin from Yuru Camp. What's her name? Rin Shima. Who's she voiced by? Haruka Fukuhara? Hara? Fukuhara. Really? That's who I imagine. Not her, but like... with a voice similar. That's what I imagine Sayu to be like. Just one of those chill characters who's just like, yeah, I'm also here. My deadpanness is my character. Although Sayu sleeps a lot more. It's just her characterization. And of course, how could we forget like the Liyue trio? Or like, not even the trio, just the Liyue gang. Sangling, Shinyan, Chongyun, and Xingqiu. The bros, and the gals, the buds. It's like the Fargus trio in Three Houses. Established relationships between characters are the best. It always makes it more fun. Especially if it's written well, because you get more natural character interactions. That's one of my favorite parts. That's one of my favorite parts about characterization. Characters who already know each other. It makes for fun interactions and in-jokes. Instead of just random like, hey, person I have never met before. Anyway. In the amount of time I've spent talking about this, I probably could have completed at least one day of the Golden Apple Island Archipelago, featuring Dante from Devil May Cry. But instead, we talked about who would be who in an Otome game, and what each character's role would be in a high school AU. So, I guess there's that. If we were just to do like a gal game, I honestly don't know. There are way too many female characters in this game. I'll be honest. There are too many. You can't put them all in the gal game. There are too many. Like, you'd have to separate it by region. Like, just Mondstadt, just Liyue, and just Inazuma. There are frankly way too many. I guess you could, cut some of them down on whether or not they'd be... You're once again going like, oh, like Doki Doki Literature Club kind of setting. Or whether you're going like, what is it? Is it King's Love? Is it King's Love? Is that what it's called? What's the one? The one that has the British dude. The British people. The dude. Makes some of the DLC characters. Oh, what is that? What is that? Mr. Love, Queen's Choice. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is. Mr. Love, Queen's Choice. Is that what I'm thinking of? I think that's the one. I think that's the one. That's the one, Josija's in that one, right? He voices Gavin, right? He's Gavin in Queen's Choice. Right? Right? No? Who am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? It is Mr. Love. What am I'm thinking of? Okay, you know, at this point, it's probably faster just to look up Joe's name. Josija. Come on, Joe. Who have you voiced besides Claude? Claude Von Regan. Legends of Cold Steel. Trails of Cold Steel. VeggieTales. Name and Ex Machina. Judgment. Mr. Love's Queen's Choice. What? Why is he not listed? Oh wait. Did they have an English one and did they have an English one and do they have like an English one and like oh, why is Mona the #1 trending character? I guess because everyone's realized that she exists. RIP. I like that Anya's down to #7. The top 10 out of the top 10 characters, 9 of them are from Genshin. Mona, Kazuha, Heizo, Official, Ito, Oz, then Anya, and then Chi-Chi, Shinyan, and Venti. That's pretty funny. We're finally free from Spy X Family being #1 every week. Although I swear, it's either the #1 seasonal anime or it's Genshin characters. It's one or the other. I feel like 75% of the time, top characters of the week is dominated by Genshin. Yeah, Mr. Love, Queen's Choice. Where does it go? Where do you keep that, Hayato? Where does it go? Does it go into your subspace pocket? Do you make it disappear like everyone makes their weapons disappear? What happens? Huh? What happens? Is anyone streaming? Can I find an excuse to... Do I even want to raid anybody at this point? Do I even want to raid people? I don't think I really do. Oh, great. I don't know if anyone's streaming. Sinnoh's still on? Okay. I'm gonna raid him.
Action has its risks.
And then I'm gonna end the stream, and then I'm gonna go get water, and then I'm gonna go eat. So we're gonna start the raid. And then I'm gonna pop in. And then I'm gonna be like, alright, peace out. See you later, bye. I'll be back, I'll catch you in like an hour. Right now. Anyway, oops, before we do that, hold on. We gotta do it. Oh no, bye.